So, for the first question I have for you, what are some challenges you find when teaching? I'll say I'll say it closer right here. What are some challenges you find when teaching?
I think there are different challenges at different times in your teaching career, but in the beginning of my teaching career, I found challenges of like understanding the curriculum and understanding how to deliver the curriculum and all the little factors that you have to be aware of being a teaching. I found that challenging. But in general, things that are challenging are like students who don't learn, even though when you give different ways of possibly understanding it, and I find it challenging sometimes to work with the state education department. Their expectations, I feel, are challenging sometimes. Their expectation of children. I think that parents can be challenging too. I don't know. Depends on, some schools totally shelter teachers from parents. Other schools, like the one I work at, are really intimately involved with parents. So that's a difference.
Yeah.
That's probably the hardest part. And you know, it's a really busy job sometimes. You know.
Yeah, a full plate.
Yeah, full plate.
Yeah.
Until you figure it out, and then it's still a full plate, but at least you know what's on the plate. You know.
Yeah.
So I find that to be challenging, because lots of days of the week, you're like full plate, no problem, but there's going to be like 3 days a month for sure where you're going to be like full plate. Are you kidding me? This is real.
Yeah.
You know, Jimmy's in class. He's going to do something. Like, God, Jim, stop.
All right. Well, then moving on to the next question. Why did you choose education?
I chose education because a couple of things, but one, I really liked, I discovered that I liked organizing information so that other people could understand it. That was exciting to me for some weird reason. I was like, oh. And I learned that because I was a dungeon master in D&D, and did it for years, and I really liked it. And
you were a dungeon master?
For years.
What about when I was talking to you about magic?
Magic is not DMing.
I know. You were like... Okay, wait, sorry, never mind.
Magic
I'm
is
totally
not
going off
even
of the
anywhere near
interview.
Dungeons and Dragons.
I know.
It's two different games.
Well, I know. But I was talking about magic, and you were like, yeah, people geek out over that. I could never get into it. And then I was talking about Dungeons and Dragons, and you were like, yeah. Anyways, so I just assumed you'd never
No,
into it.
I was hardcore.
Oh.
Hardcore for many years. From like when I was like 13 to when I was like 30. Like that many years I played D&D pretty regularly. And I was the DM. And I really liked that. And so that's the same kind of thing. You make a plan, you make all these little pieces, you make all this, it's like teaching.
Yeah.
I realized after I was a teacher that DMing was just like teaching in some ways. So I like that. But I also really like the idea of teaching little people things because it's exciting because they incorporate it into their lives, and that's just cool. And it's cool. It's a really cool feeling, and I get a lot of satisfaction out of it. Breaking down really big ideas into small pieces so that younger people can understand it.
Yeah.
Bomb. Yeah. That's what I probably like the most about it. When the kids finally realize, what, those are stars? You know, the trips, you know, those are suns,
exciting.
you know, and then they're like, what? The Earth has